Coach, the week is here. How exciting is it just to be able to go ahead and display all the hard work that's been going on in the off season?
Yeah, we're ready. I think the girls have put in a ton of work in the off season. Over Christmas break, you could tell that they were working out a lot at home and getting ready, and we've had some awesome practices so far this spring, and I think there's a ton of excitement. We just want to see what we can do as a team, not scrimmaging ourselves anymore and playing some outside competition.
If you could actually just talk about the opportunity, because you can't really simulate real game situations in practice, just to finally get an opportunity to see what this team's really made of.
Yeah, I think our girls really know what their strengths are. They know what each other's strengths are, and so they're excited to go out and watch each other compete and fight for the good of the whole. And they understand what their roles are right now, and they understand what they've each committed to bring this season. And so just watching them execute, that's been our big focus this last week, is execute what our strengths are.
I know it's probably impossible to give a real answer to this because the season's yet to start, but what you've seen thus far, what do you feel like is special about this year's team as opposed to what you saw last year?
I think we have a really athletic group this year. I think you're going to see some changes on our defense with positioning. We've brought in some really athletic kids. Our offense, I think, is going to be a little bit more consistent this year. We've got some pop throughout the lineup, and we still have a good amount of speed. So our pitching staff works really well together. I think they're going to work together to win a lot of ball games, and so I think the pitching staff will look a little bit different with the 5 that we have this year.
Last year you split with UTEP first for opening up, so you know them pretty well, and then there's Texas A&M CC, and I can't remember the other one that you have that you're
Murray
playing.
State, yeah. Yeah,
Murray State. And then so what's some similarities between those 3 that you're going to look for this week, and kind of who are you really like focusing on, I guess?
I think all 3 are really good matchups for us. I think that they're really comparable teams that are on the up and up and that have seen success and they've seen growth over the last couple of years, similar to us. And so I think they're just really quality matchups for us. Murray State brings in a couple of really good pitchers. Murray State's going to be fun for us because that's Jess's alma mater. She was an All-American for them, and so it'll be fun that she's got a little bit of extra oomph on going into those games. But we're familiar with Corpus Christi and UTEP, and just excited to go out and see our girls be the best version of themselves against their squads.
And getting to open up for the first time in how many years? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Just that in general, getting the energy and getting some fans out there hopefully on Saturday before. How would that feel?
Yeah, we've talked about this really needs to be our advantage, to be able to be at home, work out the kinks on our home field with weather that we're familiar with, and to get to do that in front of our home crowd. It's very exciting for our girls. I think being able to sleep in their own beds before they go out and compete is going to be huge, and literally on their home turf with their, we know how the wind plays here, we know how the sun sets here. We definitely want to use it to our advantage and hit the ground running.
I know he asked about what was different from last year. You have any secret weapons that came in this year?
Yeah, we have some pretty big additions this year. I think we expect a lot out of Liv Taylor in left field. I think she had an incredible season last year at College of Southern Idaho. She came in as a sophomore for us. She is fast and has covers a lot of ground in the outfield, and we expect a lot out of her offensively. We've got Sammy Sheelander over at first base that has a really big bat that we're really excited about. She's going to have an opportunity to do some big things as a freshman for us. And then outside of that, I think we just have a lot of depth and a lot of competition that kids are working hard, and they have to fight for their spot every week right now.
Well, all my questions got snatched, but I guess one question I have for you is again, you've talked about how exciting it is to start the season, especially starting at home. Tell me a little bit more about what it's like in the locker room right now, how the girls are doing, and how are they anticipating this upcoming season?
Their chemistry is awesome. I think the culture of our program, we're at really a high spot. The girls love each other genuinely, and they are competing well with each other and for each other. And so I think that's what our secret weapon is that they all have each other's backs and they want success from their teammates. And we've got highly competitive kids that are also excellent teammates. And so I think that's what makes the difference for us right now.
Entering this season, what are some of the goals that you've preached to these young women to start the year?
They've established some goals for themselves that they have on a vision board that they're looking at every day right now. We want to come out and compete with a lot of passion and confidence. I think confidence is a big key for the girls, that they want to be able to take risks and trust themselves. And so we have numeric goals that are big goals for us, that are things that they're keeping track of throughout the year. But we want to glorify God and use this as a platform to compete well with each other and to do it differently. That we're a really fun, aggressive team to watch that's unified and brings a ton of energy on the field. And we want to stay consistent with that.
The first month and a half is usually the tournaments, and you're never here.
Yeah.
And you tried to host a couple of years ago, and snowpocalypse wiped it out. You know, like, how hard is it to get home non-conference? Because and how important was that when you were building the schedule for the spring?
I think it's huge for us to be able to start out the first weekend here and to be able to work out kinks. It is challenging, but we've already locked in second weekend for next year to be able to host a tournament again, and we're really excited about that. We want to make this a destination. We want to have great teams come to Abilene and really enjoy their experience, because we know what our student athletes and our coaches love about being here, and we want to show our visiting teams a great time here and make this an awesome experience. So it was challenging to get these games set, but I think we're really excited about it and look forward to doing this again in the future.
Good luck this year,
Yeah,
Coach.
thanks.
Thank you.